Oh, no. Come on, Grace Light. Had all those things going on. Oh, look nice and everything.
I think the farm has more too, don't it?
Everything looking nice. They was missing the boat, though. They had a form of God. Oh, they came in numbers, and they sat on the pews, and they listened, and they shouted, and they danced in the aisle and whatnot. But they were missing the boat. They had a form of God, but they were denying the power of God. Their vision had been out there, and their vision had been distorted, and that's what sin does. It gives you a bad distortion of what the reality and what truth was. And they were so engrossed in sin, so worshiping Baal and these other gods. But we sometimes have to be careful with the things that we put in our lives. It might not be Baal, it might not be a statue or something, but it could be something else. For me, it might be tennis, or it might be season ticket on the Redskin game that I'll be rushing out on Sunday in the fall. I have to catch myself sometimes. Like, whoa, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. So we all have those things in our lives. We got to be careful with them. You know? They really can just come in and start ruling you, take you down the path if you're not careful. Anyway, but that's what we're going. There's been corrupt leaders, corrupt rulers, and everything was just really getting bad. Kind of like now in the world now. You know, you can imagine things that you can't imagine what's less politics and life itself in America. But even within the church, you can imagine things that are being allowed in the church this day and time in 2016 that'll happen now. You got leadership, you got pastors, you got bishops fighting against each other on what a gay marriage should be settled in the church now and things of that nature now. You got councils and stuff meeting. Well, when did the word of God change? What are you talking about voting on? What? What you gonna change the word of God too? You gonna vote on, rescind the Bible or something? I don't get it. No, you don't need no meeting. You don't need no special counsel. You don't need no meeting. You don't need what they call the full body vote or anything. No, the word of God stands, forever. Anyway, our lesson 40 years before the destruction of Israel, the destruction of Judah, God called Zephaniah, and Zephaniah came in and warned the people that either you change or you're going to suffer the repercussions of your sins. Okay. And that leads us to today's lesson. I only got one scripture that we need to find today, and somebody can find that. And what was it? It was Ezekiel, 36th chapter, verses 23 to 28. That's the only scripture we need for back. Ezekiel chapter 36, verses 23 to 28. Okay? Remember we talked about last week is that your sins will always find you out, and you're going to suffer the repercussions. You're going to suffer the consequences of your sins, whatever that may be. So you're not going to get away with sin. You think you're getting away with it. You're not going to get away with it. They will find you out. Okay. Got that scripture somebody for one at a time. We'll get to it in a second subtopic, I think. Okay. Okay, let's get to we got 3 subtopics. They're real short verses. Good thing we got short verses today. So we can conclude, because Pastor Jackson took up 30 minutes. So we got short verses. We got short verses, we can get through the whole lesson. Clean heart, clean lips. Clean lips, pure heart, and the meek and the humble. Okay, we're going to have time for a really good ending of Zephaniah. And should be a lot of good conversation coming out of it. Okay, so let's get to the first subtopic, and that's clean lips and a pure heart. Okay? And when I think about clean lips and pure heart, I always just revert right back to Psalm 24. Clean lips and pure heart. Yeah. Okay, let's read those verses together, 9 through 11. But then will I turn to the people of pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia my suppliance, even the daughter of my dispersed shall bring my, oh, come on y'all, 11 verse. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed, but
all thy
that
doings,
wherein
wherein thou hast transgressed against me.
For
then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain.
Very good. Now we're talking about the joy of restoration. So we left off last week talking about the mystery that was going on with the leadership, the judges, the rulers, and whatnot. And here, the 9th verse kind of shift gears a little bit. And so, what's happening here as we start this subtopic off, this lesson off? What's taking place here?
God is telling them that even though they turn to Him, He will restore them as His people. If they still have a chance.
Mhm.
He's telling them they still have a chance to turn back before they
Amen. Amen. That's very good. That's very good, my favorite teacher. Any other comments? Any other comments? He's saying to turn to God for help that only He can provide. Zephaniah said, turn to God for help that only He can provide. And I will turn to a pure language. He's saying turn to a pure language. A language is not defiled. A language that is purified to the people. I can imagine that language, if I can say, that's a praying language. And that's a language undefiled, a pure language. One that's learned the precepts, the laws of God. He's saying turn to that language, a language that doesn't curse everybody out. A unified people that Zephaniah is talking about. And I always think about my father, being one of 11 kids, and father, mother. This whole lesson reminds me so much of my father. This whole lesson does. And he was a perfect fitting for father. That my dad used to cuss out the community, cuss out the neighborhood, and everybody knew him as Mr. Zimmerman. When they had this funeral, they said, all we knew about him, he was Mr. Zimmerman. Total respect of the whole neighborhood, the whole community. Because he cuss out, I don't care, the breakfast table, he cussing every 2 words, cussing out everybody. And then like about 70 years old, he came to Christ. He just sent us to church, walk. I ain't driving my station wagon, and you ain't piling up and down. I'll pick y'all up in church, but you walk away. And then about 70 years old, he came to Christ. And you sit on the second row of the church every Sunday day out until he died at 87 years old.
Good God, Messiah.
That's restoration. That's the joy of restoration. This old man, Mr. Zimmerman, as they call it, man, cuts out the whole neighborhood. And then at 70 years old, he accepted Christ. And then he sat on that second row from Sunday to Sunday.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And out in church, we have a big fellowship over the main house. And I'm shut up about this. And so my brothers them just come in. I got 5 brothers and 5 sisters. And they just come in and tell them I complain about the church and stuff. He said, all I know is that church gives you an opportunity for the grace of God. I like, that's Dad talking. Dad talking. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Daddy changed the tune. Daddy changed the tune.
Change the tune. Like, this Dad talking. All right. That was enough in itself. You know what I mean? But that's real joy of restoration. That was real. That was our joy of restoration. That was his joy of restoration. That all through the years, the things that taken place in his life, when at that late stage, that God allowed him at that stage prepare everything. And God has done the same for us. He has called us before the foundation of earth. The things that Jesus did on the cross was enough to save the whole world. The power that he presented on the cross was enough to save the whole world.
You're going to the gospel.
Okay.
That Roman 1 right there.
You know what that's missing in the Old Testament that people don't bring out is that Jesus was all through the Old Testament. You just got to bring it out. You got to bring it forward. Jesus was all through this Old Testament. And he's in this lesson today. He's in Zephaniah today. If you don't see Jesus in Zephaniah today, you're missing the boat. Don't leave here without knowing the fact that Jesus is all through the Old Testament, and he's in this book of Zephaniah. And hopefully it'll come out. Go ahead, Sister. I'm sorry. I'm so down now, and y'all can
I
talk.
was gonna ask you, it's good about giving a new heart and clean lips. Could it have been in those times that they had come so far away from this book and godly teachings that the language, not that they were speaking in a foreign tongue, it's just that the language they were speaking was no longer godly, that was no longer part of their speech or part of it, because that's how far they had come away from God. Could that have been?
It absolutely was what their language was. Their language was about money and prosperity. And what's different in today? Have you seen ministers on TV? You listen to 2 minutes of what they're talking about? It's about prosperity. It's about prosperity. What God will do for you or what you can do as you come to Christ.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy if you go through some trial and tribulation once you come to Christ. Because they didn't tell you about that. They tell you about prosperity, teaching prosperity ministries. And that's what they're doing. And it's some mega churches just right with them. Yeah, they're talking about prosperity. And we used the example last week is that they're threatening you. These are leadership of the trust. They'll come in and they'll say, hey, how much you going to give today? I got $100. Who going to match that $100? Who got that? Well, the person that's unemployed and the one that works at the church every day, come around painting, don't have a job, that need to be out there looking for a job, but you got him painting at the church every day, he might not have that $100 to match what you bring in. And you making him feel really, insulted there and degraded to him. Or he might can't do for his wife what you do for your wife. But that's what leadership, and that's no different. And that's what these leaderships and the rulers and the government was. That's what was coming out of their mouths, and that's the same thing that's coming out of their mouths today. And that's the same thing coming out. Anything that didn't have to do with the laws and the precepts and the meditation of God, that's what was coming out of their mouth. Trickery, those type of things coming out of their mouth.